The Bulkhead Pattern, isolating critical resources for fault tolerance. The Bulkhead Pattern prevents cascading failures by isolating system components. This enhances the overall stability and reliability of the system. The Bulkhead Pattern is a fault isolation technique that partitions system resources into separate pools. This is done to prevent cascading failures from affecting the entire system. The name comes from ship bulkheads that contain water damage to specific compartments, thereby preventing the entire vessel from sinking. Here is the problem. Without the Bulkhead Pattern, a shared resource pool, including the thread pool, database connections, memory, and network bandwidth, can lead to a system failure. If one failing component exhausts these shared resources, it can bring down all services, resulting in a complete outage due to a cascading failure. There is no isolation in this case. Here's the solution with the Bulkhead Pattern. Failure is isolated to one compartment. Other services continue operating normally. For example, Service A has a dedicated pool with isolated resources and is running normally. Service B has failed, but the impact is contained. Service C is still running with protected resources and Service D is unaffected. Therefore, the other services are still running even when one service fails. There are two main types of bulkheads. The first one is thread pool isolation, where separate thread pools for different services is maintained to prevent thread starvation. The second type is resource pool isolation, which involves dedicated connection pools, memory, and compute resources for each service. Here's an example of thread pool bulkhead implementation in Python. First, we import the concurrent futures module. Then we define separate thread pools for different services. Here, critical pool is assigned 10 threads, while non-critical pool is assigned only 5 threads. Next, we define a method called handle critical request, to which a critical pool submits a process payment. Lastly, we define a method called handle analytics request, to which a non-critical pool submits a generate report function. Let's compare the benefits and trade-offs of the Bulkhead Pattern. Some of the benefits are fault isolation, prevention of cascading failures, improved system resilience, and better resource management. On the other hand, some of the trade-offs include resource overhead, increased complexity, potential resource waste, and configuration management. Here are the key takeaways from this video. The Bulkhead Pattern isolates failures to prevent system-wide outages. It is implemented through separate resource pools for different services. Therefore, it is important to balance fault tolerance with resource overhead and complexity. This is an essential pattern for building resilient distributed systems. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit CodeLucky.com for more such useful content.